The Curse of the Old Cemetery, Part 3, The Doll with Eyes Like Stars. You gave me my mouth, now give me my eyes. That whisper hadn't left Eli's mind since he escaped the woods. Not even when he was awake. Eli hadn't slept in 2 days. Every time he closed his eyes, he dreamt of the doll, its mouth wide open, its button eyes replaced by swirling black voids. In one dream, it perched on his chest and whispered a name he didn't recognize. In another, it showed him Kyle, standing in the cemetery, eyes rolled white, whispering the same sentence over and over. The heart is beating again. By now, the boundary between dreams and waking had thinned to a fragile thread. His mother had gotten worse. She walked past the family photos without recognizing anyone. She stared into the fridge for hours. At dinner, she placed 4 plates, one for Eli, one for herself, and 2 others, whispering names of people who didn't exist. Or maybe once did. Eli knew what was happening. The curse wasn't just affecting him anymore. It was feeding on memory, on identity, on reality. He called Agnes again. When she answered, her voice was strained. I told you, she said, this thing isn't a ghost. It's older. It doesn't want revenge. It wants pieces. It rebuilds itself with what it takes. The mouth, the eyes, the hands, the heart. What happens when it's whole? Eli asked. She was silent. Then, the last time it stirred, an entire village disappeared. Overnight, nothing left but ash and teeth. Armed with a lantern and the cursed compass, Eli returned to the woods the next night. He knew he had to find a 3rd doll before it did. The forest was worse now. The trees bled sap that looked like tar. Owls sat frozen on branches, heads swiveling too fast, and the air pulsed as if the ground was exhaling a slow, constant breath. Eli moved carefully, guided by the twitching compass and a map Agnes had marked. According to her notes, the 3rd doll, the one with the eyes, had been buried near the edge of the cemetery, beneath a crooked iron cross lost to vines. It took him 2 hours to find it. The iron cross was nearly consumed by roots. The earth below was unsettled, a patch of loam darker than the rest. As he dug, the wind picked up, not around him, but beneath him, like air was rushing up through the soil. After a few feet, his fingers hit wood. But this box was different. Not handmade like the first. This one was metal. Cold. Rusted shut. Wrapped in chains and sealed with melted wax, long since cracked. He pried it open. Inside lay another doll. This one was taller, maybe 2 feet, with limbs stitched from black fabric. Its face was covered in a leather mask, and beneath that mask, nothing. No eyes. Just hollow sockets, stuffed with dried flowers and ash. As he stared at it, he felt something shift in the trees. The whispers stopped. The forest went still. And then, from behind him, a voice found them. He turned, and there, 20 feet away, stood a child, maybe 7 years old, pale, barefoot, wearing a white dress. Her hair hung wet and long over her face. She pointed at the doll. You brought them back, she said. Eli stepped back, heart pounding. The girl's head twitched, like something inside her didn't quite fit. Then her voice changed, lower, older, hungrier. Give them to me. He ran, but as he crashed through the brush, he realized something horrific. The woods no longer led anywhere. No matter which direction he turned, the trees curled into the same shape, the same path. He was in a loop, and the girl was still walking. Not chasing, just approaching one slow step at a time. Her eyes, now clearly visible through her matted hair, were not human. They were stars, tiny, spinning galaxies. Eli did the only thing he could think of. He dropped the doll, poured salt around it, and lit the lantern. The flame roared to life, blindingly white, casting shadows that moved on their own. The girl screamed, not with her mouth, with her entire body. Her skin cracked like porcelain. Her dress burst into smoke, and her star-filled eyes dimmed. Then, in an instant, she vanished. The woods snapped back into silence. Eli felt his knees. His ears rang. His skin was cold. But the doll was gone, burnt to ash within the salt circle. He had destroyed the third seal. But something was wrong. When he looked at his hands, they were trembling. Not with fear, with age. His skin looked thinner, paler, his knuckles swollen like an old man's. He rushed home. The bathroom mirror told him the truth. He looked 10 years older. His hair had thinned slightly. Dark circles clung beneath his eyes. The lines on his face were deeper. The curse wasn't just taking people. It was taking time. Every seal he broke, every step he took deeper into the old cemetery, it fed on him. And still, there was one left. The final seal. That night, he dreamed of Kyle. They stood together in the cemetery. Only now it wasn't abandoned. It was alive. Fresh graves. New headstones. Candles flickering. People crying. And in the center, a pit. Deep and black. Kyle looked at him, tears in his eyes. It's awake now, he whispered. You have to bury it again. Ow! His brother shook his head. Not with dirt, with blood. Eli woke up gasping. It was nearly morning, and in the corner of his room was a note. Handwritten, on yellowed paper. He didn't remember seeing it before. But the handwriting was unmistakable. Kyle's. I'm not gone. Just lost. Find the last doll, and I'll find my way back. But hurry, it's almost whole. Eli packed his bag. This time he brought a knife. Iron nails. Salt. Agnes's entire journal. And most importantly, a plan. He would find a final doll. Destroy it. Then he would go to the pit. And seal it forever. But as he left his house, something caught his eye. The sky. It was wrong. The stars were all drifting. Slowly. Like they were being pulled towards something just beyond the horizon. And in the east, where the sun should be rising, the shadows were deeper, darker, and whispering. To be continued in part 4.